welcome. My name is Kate Griffiths from Whole Self Leadership, and I'm coming on today because I really want to give you another perspective and hopefully greater clarity around what's emerging at the moment. There's so much misinformation and also a range of views. It's hard to know how to find your way through it. And without getting into the specifics, I really truly believe that COVID was a gift, and it can help us to really transform life on this planet if we recognize those gifts and we integrate them. That can lead to greater alignment and ultimately to unity. But we're a bit off that yet. So let me talk a little bit about unity. And this is what it looks like in colour. Can you see how bright that bottle is? And actually, if you look closely, you might see a few sparkles. What comes up for you as you look at that bottle? What do you notice? What word comes into your mind? You know, one of the myths in this current time is that we're all separate, that we all have to fight for survival, that it's competitive and it's dangerous out there. Well, I don't believe that. I believe love is the answer. Love provides the way forward. And if you think about it, take the feelings or the concepts of faith and fear. Neither of those are visible. They are invisible. So it's a choice what you want to focus on, what you pay attention to, what you believe in. And yet sometimes it's very hard not to get bogged down by those voices in your head telling you haven't achieved very much, you don't add up to much. I associate it with Wormtongue, who was the advisor to the king in The Lord of the Rings. Theoden, I think his name was. And he'd sort of aged overnight because of the poisonous words of Wormtongue, who was really a lackey of Saruman, who had turned to the dark side. And it took Gandalf the White, not Gandalf the Grey, to break that spell and for the king to step out of his victimhood and take on his responsibilities and shape his destiny. And sometimes we need help doing that. And if we look at the path that leads us to unity, that gives us some clues. So one of the bottles is this one, a personal favourite. So what do you get when you look at these? They look like two shades of orange, but in fact it's an orange over a gold. And that bottle is all about initiation. And we're drawn to that bottle. You might be drawn to it when you're ready to up level, to go up to another level, to see more of the true reality. But it's not always an easy path. And that's why orange incorporates two different things. So we have on the one hand this spritzer, which is called fire. We need courage to see in the dark, courage to banish the darkness back to where it belongs, to see the divine perfection of all things. And that sounds a bit incredible when we look at the state of our world. But if we have that courage, then we can get connected to this spritzer, which is called bliss. So orange incorporates both courage and bliss. What an amazing combination. And that sort of brings us to the other point that I was making, that what can stop us from feeling those emotions and following our bliss is this bottle. What do you make of that? It's a red and violet, almost looks like an indigo on the top, but I can assure you it's more purple. It's very bold colours. It's called Heaven on Earth. We can have heaven on earth as long as we don't get, sidetracked by the imperfections, which is all part of the human experience. And there's another thing, it's the victim mindset, feeling sorry for ourselves. Why has this happened to me? Or getting, lost in the confusion by the voices in our head. And the clue, in many respects, is in the red of this bottle. It's asking us to step outside of our ancestral challenges and issues and step into a relationship, a true relationship with Mother Earth. The earth can be red. Because, ultimately we are one with the earth. We came from dirt or ashes and we go back to ashes at the end of our life. So this disconnection that so many have with themselves at the moment is also shadowed in the disconnection with the earth. We had a mini 1 week break here and it was fabulous weather and lots of people went to the park and they enjoyed it and they had picnics and that was fabulous. And so many people left their rubbish there. Plastic bottles, food, glass bottles, you name it, just strewn over the grass or hidden in the bushes. And this is an example of when we're out of connection with the truth of what life is. And so the promise on the Coral Journey, which is what we've just completed, is reconnection. And that comes when we see the connection with all things. We see the beauty in everything, whatever that is. We stop judging things. Go, it is what it is. It's not good, it's not bad, I don't know. Because everything is a game. How much of you can see the game of life? How alive are you in this moment? Stephen Porges, who created polyvagal theory, once said, safety is not the absence of threat, but the presence of connection. We are relational beings. We are meant to be in connection with one another, not struggling away on our own. So if this resonates with you, then do join me and others on the 24th of June. We're gathering quite a large group right now. And there are 2 separate times, so you can meet us wherever you are in the world. There'll be a time that fits. And I'd love to see you and share some more of my thinking with you. So I wish you a wonder-filled week. And I leave you with this last thing, that a lot of the wounding that we experience is inherited down our ancestral line. And that beautiful spritzer, ruby red, is a really good way of cleansing any ancestral baggage, stuff that perhaps you're holding on to that actually isn't yours and you don't feel it in your innermost heart, but you're carrying it because it's been carried down through the generations. So go well, and I look forward to speaking to you soon. Bye for now.